My introductory reading assignment comes from ESPN on the firing of Minnesota Wild's head coach Mike Yeo. This event happened February 13, 2016, after the Wild lost to the Boston Bruins. The Wild had gone on a 14-game losing streak, and in NHL hockey this is very big, especially during times of the playoffs like the Wild are trying to get in right now. The firing came due to what the media had released as a bad atmosphere in the locker room, and sometimes that just needs to happen. The firing of a coach, the firing of a general manager, or trading of players, just to give the team a little bit of a spark. And this happened because general manager Chuck Fletcher decided that the team needed a change, but the players, he felt, weren't the issue in this case. The Wild then brought in their farm team's head coach, John Tortorella, and he had then moved the team to Dallas, Texas, where they played the number one team in the league, and they had won the next game. So for the fans and the players, that gave them a boost of confidence, knowing that he was going to bring good things. And the Wild went from not being close to even a wild card spot, which is right below the head playoff branch, to being in the wild card spot. Now they're in the top wild card spot, and they're still trying to boost themselves into the 4 top playoff spots. The Wild then are now 22-11-8 is their overall record, and they held the top spot. John Tortorella has done a lot for this team, I feel, and even though he's just an interim coach, that does not necessarily mean that he will not get the top coaching spot for the Minnesota Wild. He talks with his players and seems like he is really intact and knows what he's doing, and he knows how to reach his players. He knows what his players' potentials are, and he's not afraid to come down on them if need be. He knows how a hockey team should be run. Not saying that Mike Yeo didn't, but Tortorella seems like he has a little bit more fire under his belt, and he's ready to go, and he's ready to get those wins. They also rely heavily on their goaltender, Devan Dubnyk and Darcy Kuemper, and he makes sure that he plays the hot goalie at the time and doesn't play favorites like the previous coach Mike Yeo was doing, and that is also what general manager Chuck Fletcher said, that he wanted to make sure that both goalies saw opportunities that they wouldn't have beforehand. He also has given players a chance to really grow as a player, which previous coach Mike Yeo had not done. He would sit players that he didn't think were full and ready to go, but Coach Tortorella has given them a big chance and has really let each player experience their on-ice time. Overall, ESPN did a really good, they covered really well with this article and made sure that the fans knew what were going on, as well as the whole hockey community, with giving props to Mike Yeo for what he's done over his past years as a coach.